Hi there, Anna McKinlay here, and thank you for joining me. Now, in my last couple of episodes, I've been talking with you about happiness and optimism and how important these mind settings are as precursors to us achieving what we want in life and being able to live a life of accomplishment. But look, I've been inspired today and I'd like to share something with you because often we think, oh yeah, think a happy thought or change your thinking, change your life. And yes, that does have an important role to play. But what I want to talk with you about today is to share with you the fact that it's not all just in your mind. What do I mean by that? Well, first, let me share with you a little bit of inspiration. I'm inspired today to talk with you about this because today, here in New Zealand, it is Saturday. And my husband and myself have whether you want to call it a routine or a practice or a habit, on Saturdays, that's our day to go for a walk together. Ever since our two children have been old enough that we can leave them alone for a few hours, we go out and we just walk and we talk and we spend some time together. And it's incredibly energizing. Why? Because we get fresh air, we get some exercise, we get the feeling of achievement for having gone for a good long walk. We get out amongst the trees and we listen to the birds, we get some vitamin D from being outside, and we get to spend time with each other and just talk. Right? So there's a lot of positives there. And it has not only a noticeable impact on our relationship because of the extra time we're spending together, it also impacts directly on our energy and our mood, how we feel. Coming back from that walk, we both feel much more energized and much more positive than we do just before we leave for the walk, right? And it is because of the fresh air and the exercise and the trees and all of this stuff. And that's what I'm inspired to talk with you about right now, because I've been sharing with you a lot of tools and techniques that you can use to shift the way you're thinking, to reframe things, to change your perspective. And all of those things are super powerful. But a dimension that often gets left out of this conversation, and that is equally as important, is the physical dimension. Our mind and our body are connected, and that connection runs both ways. Right? Yes, there's parts of our mind that runs what's going on in our body. Our unconscious is helping our digestive system to work and our eyelids to blink and our breathing to happen and all of that stuff. But also our body is feeding and nurturing our mind. And we often forget that. When we actually look after our body, we're looking after our mind as well, and it plays out directly into our mood and how we feel, our energy levels, our ability to focus, all of these things, right? And I've touched on this, but it's absolutely worth re-emphasizing. And I've talked with you about in other episodes about how, sleep's important for this, making sure we have good quality fuel and that we're drinking enough water and exercising and all of that. But I want to specifically hone in on something here with you today, and that is, it's actually about what can we do with that practically. How can we actually use that knowledge to lift the quality of your life? And something that's worth actually giving some attention to is that actually, yes, our physiology has a part to play, but it's about how do we actually build things into the way we run our lives that help us leverage our physiology to help us be in a better mood and enjoy life more. And this is one of the reasons why the people I think of as the outliers, people who are living great, energized lives, doing what they love, accomplishing what they love, and enjoying prosperity and abundance and balance, right? If you actually look, you don't have to look very hard. If you look at these people, you'll see that part of how they're accomplishing a life like that is because they've built daily routines and habits that nurture and fuel their bodies as well as their minds. Daily routines and habits to nurture and fuel their bodies and their minds. And it comes down to really simple habits. A great example of this is the Miracle Morning movement, which Hal Elrod started out with his book of that title, the Miracle Morning book, and has been really transformative for a huge number of people around the world. But look, whatever it looks like for you, thinking about your daily routines and practices, and is there an opportunity to upgrade those so that I'm incorporating things that fuel me as a human being, that fuel my body, help me be energized, help me be positive, help me be healthy, as well as helping my mind to be in a good state. That will change your life. Bottom line. So, okay, how to go about it? Well, here's a couple of simple things you can start off with. 3 simple things, in fact. Number 1 is actually, we're all different and unique. And what works for me, for example, might not work for you in terms of things that energize. So here's a place to start. Actually make a list for yourself. What are the things that energize you, that make you feel good, that lift your energy, that make you feel vital and motivated and, alive and happy, right? Make a list for yourself. And there might be things in there that just take a few minutes to do. There might be things in there that take a bit longer. Some of them might be things that take a whole day or a weekend. It's good to have a collection because those are things that you can actually build into your life and your plan, right? Once you have that, the next step is to actually look at, well, what are your existing routines? What do you do routinely on a daily basis? Because once we look at that, we can look at, okay, is there an opportunity to upgrade any part of my daily routine to incorporate some of those things that energize me? Maybe build in 1 or 2 of those things to start with and actually make them part of the way you live your life each day. And if you do that, even just for a month, you'll find that your life is very different, right? To help you incorporate, there's a nice, simple technique that you can use. If you identify what's 1 or 2 energizing things that you want to incorporate into your daily life from now, looking at your routine, ask yourself, well, what are the changes I'm going to make from now? When in my routine am I going to do them? Right? That might be like hooking them on to something else that you already do out of habit. That's a great way to do it. And also thinking about where will I be when I'm doing this, because that helps our brain to be primed to actually do it. From that, you can build a plan, and then the only thing left to do is actually to start doing it. Usually the best time for that is now. All right, just do it now. Start making that change within the next 24 hours. Commit to doing it for as long as it takes to become automatic, right? Depending on yourself and on what the changes that you're making, that can take anywhere from a few weeks to months. The smaller the change and the more frequently you do it, the more quickly usually it becomes automatic. So there you go. There's some tips for you to up-level how you nourish and nurture your body so that you can up-level how you nourish and nurture your mind and have a happier life and enjoy more well-being and prosperity. Have some fun with it. I will talk to you in the next episode. And I will say bye for now.